So let me ask you a question. How many times have you looked yourself in the mirror when something in your life goes wrong and there's more than just one person involved? Do you just blame the other person, blame the situation, or do you look at yourself and not necessarily blame yourself, but look at your contribution, whether good or bad, to that situation? Do you ever self-reflect? You know what? Scratch that. Because basically what the message is how do you feel inside? What are you doing to contribute to the best part of your life, about the best of you? You know, you've heard me say it, whether it has to do with your relationship with others, whether it's your thoughts about your dreams, about money, about life, about how you think others see you. But really, it always comes back to one thing. It comes back to how you feel about yourself. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what your girlfriend, your husband, your brother, your sister, your mother. Granted, those things do affect us, partly, because we're human, because we want to feel connected, we want to feel the acceptance of others. But deep down, and the truth of the matter is if you don't feel good about yourself, nothing else around you is going to feel better. You might have moments of feeling good. You get a new hat, you win $1,000 in the lottery, you get a promotion. It feels good for, a couple seconds, a day, maybe a couple of days. And then you're back to, am I good enough? Why aren't they helping me more? Why don't they believe in me? What's wrong with me? How come every time I try to do something good for myself, I seem to get punished in return? Life is going to throw us curveballs. Life is going to test us. Life is going to, as they said in the Rocky movies, beat you to your knees if you let it. And, I've heard it twice this week, or in the last couple of days. Whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't. It's true. It's and again, it goes back to what is your personal belief, your spiritual, mental, emotional, psychological belief about yourself. Those things need to align within you to really feel like you deserve the best of life. That you believe that you deserve the best relationship with the best person for you. That you deserve to live $1 million lifestyle, a billionaire lifestyle. That you deserve to just get a promotion in the job that you have. You see me day to day, week to week, through these videos, try to chase my dreams. I tell you all the time about the people who have inspired me, whether it's a celebrity, whether it's another YouTuber, whether it's family. But at the end of the day, it's up to me to choose today to be happy, to not let the situation of another person, or if we're having a negative situation happen between us, I can't sit there or directly blame them for something, or even in my head going, why can't they see this? Why can't they see the positive? Why can't they see it from this perspective or from my perspective? How come they're not listening to me? How come they're not valuing me? The thing is if you don't value yourself, how do you expect them to? Granted, there are people that come into our lives that see us and see our talents, our skills, our personality, our character, and see the person that we truly are. And sometimes we're not able to truly see that ourselves. And what ends up happening is these people that want nothing but the best for us and want to be part of our growth, you know, when they say something to you, you know, whether it's constructive criticism, whether it's, you know, they just want, you know, they're trying to connect with you, you might take it as they're being stubborn. They're the ones that only want to hear themselves. They're the ones that have the problem. They're the ones that, you know, all they do is judge, when really they're reflecting how you feel about yourself. Because I don't know if you've heard that before, and I think I've made a video or two about that as well, is how the outside world reflects how you feel inside. I mean, if you look at my room right now, my room is a little bit of a reflection of me. Alright, here. It's a mix between Christmas joy, disorganization, and dreams coming true. So, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not, you know, you obviously know that I have my ups and downs. If you watched last week's vlogs, you know, or even yesterday's, you saw how jumpy the video was. But deep down, I believe in myself. Deep down, more and more, I believe in my dreams and believe that they're not just gonna come true, that they're able to come true and that I deserve them. But deep down, wholeheartedly, I have faith. It's not just believing, it's knowing that my dreams are my reality, that my dreams are coming true. There are days where I doubt myself, and that's only human. And I know there's people that are in a much more successful place than I am, that battle mental illness, you know, where they believe in themselves, but you know, the depressive part of their mind gets the best of them, or their anxiety gets the best of them, and it's an ongoing struggle. But you know what makes them successful is they still take the next step. They might repeat certain things over and over again. An example is Fousey. Those of you who are fans of Fousey know that he deals with bipolar and depression. And if you've watched him for more than the last couple months, if you watched him for the last couple of years, you know every time around winter time he gets the winter blues, he gets more isolated, he has more issues. But I'm going to use the example from last year to this year. Last year, he tried to push through, had an episode, and disappeared for I think like 3 months. This time, he hasn't fully disappeared, which is good. That means there's something that's changing just a little bit. And he wrote something in his Twitter the other day, and I said, about his fans know that he goes through the same thing every year, and I kind of made a reference to the movie Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray, where the one day repeated over and over again, and he had to change something within that day, to get to where he was supposed to be, so the day can actually move on. So maybe the reference works, because if for the last couple of years he's done the same thing over and over again, this year he's actually doing something a little different. He hasn't completely shut himself or isolated himself, at least from social media or from YouTube. He doesn't post every day, but he does you know, connect at least a couple times a week. He might get a video up at least once a week. And, and he does express where he is mentally, emotionally, motivation wise. And, I praise him for that. As a fan, and someone that also, I don't have mental illness in the sense that I've been diagnosed with anything, but I do deal with off and on depression and anxiety, and I think a lot of us do in one way or another, whether it's to the bipolar extreme or just, every now and again something happens and it gets to us, Anyway, I use that as an example again as to believing in yourself, because even though he goes through that and he second guesses himself, deep down he believes in himself. He believes in his ability to be successful in what he wants to do with his life, and I think that's one of the attractions that to people that say that he motivates them and inspires them. So, and I'm one of them, and I've said it plenty of times before. So again, the message really is in this one is, again, to look within yourself. Whether you find yourself in a situation where you're having a conversation or an issue with somebody, it's very easy to point the finger at the other person and not look at ourselves and go, what was our part in this? Where was I emotionally and mentally that contributed to this situation, and how can I better myself? Not for that person, but for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you want to be happy. You want to be happy with that person. You want to be happy with any situation that comes into your life. You want to be happy and able to move on as easily and as progressively, in as much of a growth type of way as possible. And the only way to do that is to stay as open as possible. And again, when you see multiple things coming at you that seem negative and everybody seems to be judging you on one particular thing or another or whatever, remember, you're not being punished. But you have to look at yourself and go, how am I contributing to this? How is anything that I'm feeling, doing, acting on, not acting on, serving me? And if you want to throw other people into it, how is it serving me, and how am I serving others by the way that I serve me? I know, a lot to think about, but every motivational thing that's out there, every law of attraction thing comes back to that. How do you feel about yourself? How do you believe in yourself? Where does your faith lie? And with that, I think I'm just going to end it. It's something to think about, something to ponder on. And yeah, with that, once again, I thank you for watching. Have a blessed time. Light some candles, relax, let go of your day. Spend some time with you and show yourself some love and acceptance and comfort, because you deserve it. Do you believe it? Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, love, share, and inspire. And don't forget, love is everything. Much love.